and welcome. Let me today talk to women, and we are talking about some of the mistakes that we make that keep us stuck in our life and in our careers in this phase that we call midlife. Midlife is the phase between the years 35 and around 60. And I happen to talk to so many women, and one thing I can tell you is that most women are feeling a sense of feeling lost. It is like you are not where you wanted to be. Things are not working the way you hope they will work. You are not seeing your life progressing at the pace that you hoped it will be progressing at. And your life, instead of it going faster the way you expected, it is like it is slowing down, and you're wondering why. So today I came to tell you the exact reasons why your life could be moving slower. There are some things that you are doing wrong, and I want you to find them out and change. Just before we get into them, let me introduce myself. My name is Mary Karoga. I am a women's growth and success coach. I talk to women who are between the ages of 35 and 60, and I help them with four issues. Number one, to find clarity in life, know exactly what they want and how they can find it. Number two, to get to create a winner's mindset, to get a mindset that will help them to push towards their goals and achieve them. Number three, I help them to discover and unleash two things: their passion and their life's purpose. And finally, I help them to accelerate their goals so that they can reach their dreams faster. So if you're there and you're such a woman, then I'd like to know you better. I'd like to talk to you. First of all, just subscribe to this channel. You will be getting more and more of these videos that will help you with this phase of life. And also down there in the description section, I'll leave a link to my calendar where you can book a free consultation call so that I can talk to you and get to know you better and listen to the issues you might be going through. So let us dive into today's lesson. Today, we are going to talk about 6 mistakes that you may be making that are keeping you stuck in life and in career. And before we look at this mistake, let me first assure you that these are mistakes that everyone is making. Most people are. Even I have made some of these. For example, a few years back, I remember feeling stuck in my life. It was a funny phase in my life because I was achieving so much of my goals. It is a time where I even got a promotion at work to a manager's position. It was the same time that I had finished my education to a master's level. I think I was earning well. I think I had started even buying some of the properties I always wished I could. But all these things were not satisfying me. In fact, I reached a point, the more I got, the emptier I felt. And so I couldn't understand what is happening. And this is why I am bringing this so that we understand the areas that we need to start focusing. For example, one of the mistakes you could be making that is keeping you stuck in your 40s is you underestimating the impact of midlife phase in your life's journey. Midlife phase is just a phase like any other phase. It is just like the way we have childhood, we have teenage, we have young adults, and now we have the midlifers. After the midlifers, we will have now the seniors. Now you are somewhere in between the youth and in between the old. And this is a transition phase. It is a link between your childhood and your senior years. And if you misunderstand this phase, if you look at it with jokes, without giving it the emphasis it deserves, then this phase can be a problem to you. One of the things that you have to understand is that due to the transition between being young and being old, there is always a sense of loss. You know, the way right now, if they were to call the youths, for example, in the church, when they announce all the youths come forward, you are not going to volunteer yourself to go. And if you're like me, then I know you feel something. You wonder, I stopped being a youth, really. I'm no longer a youth. Something inside you kind of tells you, and you're getting old. Yeah, and that by itself, realizing that, makes you start looking back, and you see some areas where you have a few losses and a few regrets. I wish I did this when I had time. I wish I spent my time like this. I wish I never lost that job. I wish I took that opportunity. These kind of regrets, they are what we are calling emotional turmoil. Without your knowledge, they are sinking deeper and deeper. And that is why you find yourself unhappy without a cause. It is some of these things. Then also, when you look back, you see all the wrong choices you made. There are times you look back, and some of us, not all of us, but sometimes you look back, probably even the husband you chose was the wrong one. You now have gone through maybe 20 years, 15 years with this person, and you're wondering, was this the right choice that I made? Probably you're looking at the career you chose, the career you have dedicated 20 years to, and you are feeling this is not it. It does not fulfill me anymore. It does not give me any sense of joy. I don't think that I want to be here any longer than I have been. And that again, that feeling of that I made the wrong choices, you may get lost. Number one, wondering, so now what? I made the wrong choices. My spouse is a wrong choice. My career is a wrong choice. Probably the place I live also is a wrong choice, and many other wrong choices. So what? What do I do with my life now? And that again is a big source of that feeling, that thing that we say, I am feeling stuck. That is some of the causes that are causing them. Another thing that could be happening is a sense of loneliness. It is at this point that you find that our children are moving out. Probably they have now joined maybe boarding high schools, or probably they have even left the house to go and look for their own lives. And at this phase, you may start feeling lonely. And let me tell you, if you are not conscious about what is happening, you start looking for ways to numb these feelings that are happening around you. That is where you see a person who was a good person, now they do a few things that you cannot understand. They have started some small behaviors. Somebody probably is already now starting to abuse drugs. Somebody is starting to drink alcohol, and you have never seen them drinking alcohol. This person probably has gone out there and looked for a younger boy and is in a relationship that is totally misapproved by anybody else, but they are feeling like it is helping them to fulfill something, to fill the empty gap that we have in our hearts. We are doing so many things. Some people get into impulse buying. You find somebody, if it is shoes, they buy any shoe that they come across, or a dress. You feel your wardrobe, you feel your kitchen cupboard, you feel everywhere, and you're still feeling like buying. These behaviors are just things that we are doing to try and numb what is happening. So instead of this, we need to go down and understand, what is this phase doing to me? These transitions that I'm going through, these changes, what are they doing to me on the inside? Take some time and understand what has changed since my children moved out. What have I been doing? What are my behaviors like? Is there anywhere that I'm feeling a gap? And what am I doing about it? You need to be aware. Do not ignore this phase. It is a very important phase of life. If you ignore this, it will be like a girl in the year 14, 15, 16 behaving the way they want without caring that their body is changing, without caring that now they can get pregnant, that now if they mess up their life, then it will be messed forever. It is the same thing in midlife. It is like you get to 16 again, and you have to be very, very careful of the decisions you are making about life. And now let us go to our mistake number two. Mistake number two is you not realizing that time is no longer on your side. You are no longer 20. You don't have the whole life ahead of you. This is not time to keep on saying, I will start that thing tomorrow. I will see that person tomorrow. I'll take that opportunity next year. The time is shrinking. Think of the productive life of a human being. Most likely, and if you doubt this, when we are this young, we tend to think that I will go all the way up to 90, still doing my things. Now, before you think like that, look at your parents and ask yourself, what time did they stop being active? And you'll see most of them from the age of 70, really from there is just managing with medicine and everything. Even the ones who we see out there, like our politicians, most of them look healthy, but I can tell you most of them are still fighting a lot of medical battles because the body itself will start giving up at some point. So, what are you doing with your time? That is a big mistake that we all make, not being sensitive. How am I spending my time? What should I be doing? This is not the time for you to scroll social media. Can you leave that behavior to the 20-year-old? You don't have a whole hour to waste scrolling TikTok, scrolling Reels, scrolling other social media sites. Use this time for productive work. Think, what are my dreams? And what do I need to be doing today to achieve these dreams? And move with vigor, move with a sense of urgency. Please stop working as if that you have all the time. If your life, the most productive life will end at 70 and you are now 40 or 50, then you can tell yourself how much time you have. I can assure you, if you are from 40 and above, then most likely you have already lived half of your life. You now have only one half left. And you have to move into that half with intention. Don't waste any more time. Don't do trial and error anymore. You can't keep on hopping jobs at this age. You have to know, do I want this job or not? If I don't want it, which other job is the most likely for me? Or is it time now for me to step out and go and start my own thing? Don't waste time. That is where one of the key mistakes that is keeping you stuck. And now, mistake number 3. And this is a very common mistake, settling for way less than what you deserve. Your whole life is just settling. The job that you go to every day, it no longer satisfies you. You don't like being there. But you wonder, what else can I do? You feel like you are too old to make a change. So you settle. You don't like your relationship. And you wonder, how can I start again at this point? I am too old to start. So you stick. And many other things that we have stuck with that are not working. That is why, if you describe yourself, the first word that comes to your mind is, I am stuck. Because truly you are stuck in a job that you don't like. You are stuck with a business that no longer pays you. You are stuck with a relationship that no longer serves you. And so many other things that we are stuck with. Why are we settling? So I want to challenge you to stop settling. You can still pursue your passion. You can still learn a new skill. You can still even switch careers to something totally different that will fulfill your life. You need to start seeking professional guidance, probably networking with people who can help you to reach that other level. Explore more options. Don't give up with your life. Don't settle where you are. Now, the other mistake you're making, mistake number 4, is making poor financial decisions. In this phase, in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, you cannot afford to make the same financial mistakes you used to make when you were 20s. There is no time to recover. This is a time where you are supposed now to even be planning for your retirement. It is a time where you stop spending more than you earn. It is a time where you really have to start fearing taking unnecessary debts. Do not pile up debts which you have no idea how you're going to pay. This is also time to save more. Most of us are not saving. We spend everything, every last coin. You find that because of the mistakes I said, the mistake number 1, where I said you're not aware of the phase you are in and the things that are happening emotionally in you, probably one of the things that is suffering most is your finances. Because those new behaviors that you're adopting, they require to be financed. They require money. You need money to buy the booze. You need money to go out. You need money to do other things. So it is your finances that are suffering. And I want to tell you, if that is the case, then you are going to have a very difficult old age. It is now time to be very, very keen on where your money goes. You want to know where you spend every coin. If there is anything you wanted to learn, now is the time. Invest in yourself. Invest in a career. Get something that you didn't have before that will give you a competitive advantage in the marketplace. Remember, the young tax are coming and they are full of energy that you don't have. You don't have to compete with the same things you used to compete with when you were 20s. Now you have to have a competitive advantage. And probably this should be a unique skill or a refined expertise that the young tax will not have. This is the time now to start thinking about investing in that. Invest in your own self development. This is time to even look for coaches and mentors, people who will show you how to accelerate your pace to the other level. Do not keep on making trial and error mistakes anymore. Get somebody who is already succeeding in the thing that you want to get into and quickly learn how it is done from a pro who is already doing it and move from one area to the other as quickly as possible. Invest in the right things. It is also time probably you start thinking about getting financial advice. Somebody to give you specific advice on how you are supposed to be managing your little money. Set goals, your long term, your short term goals, and stick to those goals. And also at this phase of life, try to avoid scams and fraudsters. You know, like in our country, how there are many people selling you plots. There are plots of land, like in our mother tongue, we say plot maguta maguta, plots of land that are shiny, shiny. And you have to be very, very careful because most of them are con men. They are not selling you anything, they are selling air. You go, you buy them, there is no title. I have several, like those ones that I was sold for by a very renowned business that went under and I lost a lot of money. So at this time, please let us not make such mistakes. Do your due diligence before you invest. We don't have the ability to recover. You lose 2, 3 million right now. I'm telling you, it is not like when you were 20s. Then you could still save and accumulate and get back the money. But right now, it is too late. Now, let us go to the other mistake. Mistake number 5. Again, something that we are all doing, neglecting self care. You know, most of us women, we are so busy serving everybody else. You are busy at work, you are busy with your family, you are busy with the community, you are the chair lady of this committee, this other one, everywhere. You are doing so many things out there that you may not find time to look at yourself and what do you need as a person. Because number one, at this phase, from 40s and above, our health start declining. It is a time you need to really start taking care of yourself. You are both your physical and your mental health. Look at when things don't seem right. Probably this hand is aching. Probably my back is aching. Probably my breast, I can feel something. Go for screening, go for checkups. Don't be so busy with other things that you have no time to take care of yourself. And also, other than also the health, there is also your interest, your hobbies, the things that will make your life happier. Try to do some of these things. Try to get time to read a book that makes you happy, to listen to a song, to travel to a place. Do something else. Don't just be so busy with everyone else that you totally forget yourself. And now the final one, mistake number 6, losing our self-confidence. You know, in this age, you may start feeling uncertain. because of the changes happening around you. Of course, you are aging, you're no longer as beautiful as you used to be. Of course, menopause is coming, and it comes with its load of challenges. Probably you are going through divorce or through some loss. And when you're processing all this, you might lose your self-esteem and your confidence in there, and you may start doubting your abilities. So I want you to know that anytime you start encouraging those negative thoughts, feeling like you are stuck, feeling like you have not achieved what you are supposed to achieve at this age, then you are depleting your self-confidence. And then without self-confidence, there are so many things you won't be able to do for yourself. So what you need to do is also to learn to look at the positive side. Even though there are some failures, even though there are some things that are not working, there are also a few things that are working. There are things that we have achieved. There are things that we have done well. Celebrate those. Take time to consider those because they will help you to stop feeling like a failure. And that marks the end of today's video. The 6 mistakes that are keeping you stuck in your 40s, 50s, and 60s. So now, if this video helped you, I would like you to please share with somebody else, another lady who could be going through what you're going through, or whom you have observed and you know this kind of knowledge would help. And if it is you and you know that these mistakes that we have covered here, they are your daily life. This is what is happening in your life. You don't have to live there all alone. That is why I'm here. It is my purpose, it is my passion to help you to come out of that stuck mode and move to the next level. And we don't have to start far. I would like you to come to me for free. I won't charge you anything for 45 minutes, and come and we talk and see how best can we help each other. What are your challenges? What are the way forward? What can you do differently? To help you with this, I have put my link on the description section of this video. You can go there and book a slot with me, and we are going to talk. So thank you for listening to me. I wish you a happy and blissful midlife. Bye-bye.